Hey gamers, this is going to be a quick fire review of the game Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, so those are yes, those are my finger guns. So basically, like I said, this is a quick fire review, so we're going to be talking about a few things about the game, just because I want to do a very quick review about this game because it is an absolute beautiful game. I'm going to be talking about a few major points about the game, and at the very end I'm going to say whether it's worth it or not. Spoiler, yes. Yes. Ghost of Tsushima, what I would like to say about this game is it is a very time-consuming game. So if you do like completing things, if you do like open worlds, you're definitely going to enjoy this game, especially if you love this genre. So basically the game it's a mixture of Breath of the Wild, which the devs have announced previously that they did get a lot of inspiration drawn from Breath of the Wild, of the kind of open area and the way that it's set out. Sorry, I'm just kind of losing my voice. The second point is, the other game it's similar to is The Witcher in regards to the game mechanics and how you play it. I will be showing you a brief video clip as well of in-game. Everything is pretty much at your fingertips. And the other one I would probably say it's similar to is For Honor, but this one's done very well. For Honor was a little bit more clunky and it's a little bit more stiff compared to the controls in this game. I find that with the way that they combined the game mechanics and how everything is at your fingertips, it's a lot more smoother to be able to flow from different stances to go against different types of enemies. I'm probably going to forget a lot of things in this rapid review, so if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer below. Probably one of the best ways to be able to describe this game is think of it in layers as well. In terms of the graphics are amazing. The cutscenes are so realistic and it has a lot of detail, whereas when you're in-game, yes, there are some parts like on the horse or anything, it doesn't look super like realistic, but the graphics are done very well. In terms of the layering that I mean is with the lighting. The lighting in the game makes everything. Like you can set different moods, and this game you can actually see from sunrise to sunset. There is different weather modes as well. Also, the world is very much alive. So in terms of layers, you've got not only the environment as well, but you have the constant movement of animals. Like let's just say, for example, there are bears. I don't think I've seen a bunny rabbit, but there are animals like a lot of flocks of birds. As well, you have deer. I shot the deer. I shot Bambi's parents, and you don't get anything from that, so just an FYI. You have boars, and I think I'm forgetting another animal, but there's other animals as well. So that's another like layer to make it. And before I go on about the music and stuff as well, the wind. So the wind plays a major role in the game. It helps direct you it helps direct you on where you want to go. So leaves obviously play a big part, I believe, in Japanese culture, especially the maple leaves. So you just see a lot of movement. So when you don't know where to go, you swipe up on the touchpad on the PlayStation controller, and the wind actually directs you on where you need to go. So there's no compass or anything. So you actually see all the leaves and everything, the wind constantly moving. So the environment is very much alive, not just with the people talking in the background. Not everything has subtitles, so you actually feel like you're walking around in a town. You know, just there's these conversations happening all the time. So this is going into the moving on from the graphics into the music section. In terms of layers as well in the game, you have the ambient sounds of like the forest, the wind, the rustle of the leaves, and then you start having the sounds from all the animals that you actually come across. You know, your own horse, your own breathing. Then you have either the people, the enemies and things like that, but then you start getting hit with the music, and this is what makes the game too. Especially in different parts of the game, they'll play very, you know, relaxing music, like very serene music. when you're writing the haikus and everything. So you've got someone singing, you have the very traditional Japanese instruments playing in the background. So if you are a fan of Japanese samurai genre as well, you're definitely going to feel that. Like, this is like playing a Japanese movie, a Japanese samurai movie. Like I said, it's in terms of layers, so all of these things on top of one another, it really beefs up the game as well. And that's not the only thing, but that's another thing I'm going to be talking about. But yes, with the instrumental, so depending on what you're doing, and sometimes it just sneaks along, you'll have one little like Japanese flute or some drums to kind of hype it up, and then the music builds up and up and up, and it's just like playing a movie. Now, in terms of gameplay as well, in terms of the gameplay, even that has layers in it. So you start from the very beginning. The great thing I like about this game is, even if it's point A to point B, yes, you can't really change too much with those mechanics, like you clear out the fog and everything, but as soon as you start the game, fast travel already unlocked for you, and the time between loading screens to go to one place to another, you won't have anything to do in the meantime. You can't, like, you know, pick up your phone. It's not like GTA loading screens. It's actually quite fast. In terms of layering as well, the gameplay always evolves, so it's not just point A to point B. You're going to be seeing things that's going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to go over there, I want to go see this. You have foxes that you need to go follow that take you to certain shrines. You have birds that take you to certain areas of the game too. Secrets, items, missions, things like that. Also in terms of layering as well in regards to the gameplay, so things are always changing. So throughout the game, so probably I just hit Act 2 last night on the stream. So basically in terms of gameplay, it evolves in regards to learning different stances. So you're not going to do it all in the very beginning of the game, like in the first couple hours. You actually get them over time to defeat different types of enemies, and you have different types of enemies as well, so that's another layer. But if you think that's going to get boring, it doesn't, because you add on to, let's just say for example, the standoff. The standoffs are amazing. I love the whole, you know, aspect of, you know, it's one samurai versus like the bad guy, and you flick out your sword, and it's really cool. I'm recording. So you flick out your sword, and you have that moment where if you get the timing right, you kill the first enemy, and then you add on to that with a layer of more technique that you can actually go up to have a chain reaction to kill 3 people. The layering not only goes on in regards to that kind of thing, the chain assassinations as well. You have different combinations that you can learn. Also in regards to layering as well, first you're introduced to hostages. So first you got to be able to save the hostages. Then later down the track you actually get the enemies starting to attack the hostages, so that changes the elements too. With enemies as well, they start having dogs that will attack you, then they start having birds, so things are always evolving, things are always changing. And what I do love about this game is it's not about layering this time, that you do have, oh, I guess so. So not only do you have these things to discover around the land, you also have your main quest. So you have your main quests for Jin, then you have something called Tales of everything happening around the land, then you also have a mythic quest. So these are all optional besides the main quest. Of course they're going to help, you know, beef up your character and everything, and get, you know, the legendary swords and missions, and legendary swords and armor, and some of these missions are really cool, and they lead you to some really awesome boss fights. The thing that I would love about it is you can start something, pick it up at a later track. So if I go start a main mission, I can go talk to someone else, and they're like, oh, do you want to continue on this mission, or do you want to do something else? So it gives you that option that you can always return to, so you're never going to be bored. A lot of open world games, I do get kind of bored, like it's point A to point B, I'm clearing this out, but for some reason Ghost of Tsushima gets it done right. I don't get bored. Like, I could get lost playing the game and not even realize that 3 hours have just went that 3 hours have just went by. I've actually meant to finish a stream, and I wanted to check out one thing, and then an hour and a half later I'm doing something completely different. Now here's the tricky part. I have just reached Act 2, so this cannot be a full review of the game. Like I said, it's a quick fire review, so I'm just trying to give you lots of information really fast. The thing I will say about this game is I don't have anything bad to say about this game at the moment. If I want to be super nitpicky, and what my stream has also agreed upon is I don't have a problem with it, but a lot of people might. There is no lock system, so everything is directional. If you are surrounded by enemies, you don't lock onto anything, you just attack via using the analog stick. So it is, in a way, it still kind of helps the movement and the fluidity of the game controls, because you're not locking onto anything, then like hitting the button, then switching between the two. It's just really attack and then look that way, attack, then it flows, and you can actually do so many combos. Like I'll throw my darts here, but I'm going to attack this guy here and do a combo, and then I change into a different stance to attack the spear guy that's over there, then grab my bow and arrow and then flick it across at the guy up there. Like, it does keep it very smooth. Some people don't like that, but so far I personally don't mind it. I think it suits. Also, another thing to be nitpicky is the camera. The camera way in other games, almost every other game that I can think of, is the camera angle is always automatic for you, so it'll always be changing. But in regards to Ghost of Tsushima, I think it kind of suits it. It keeps you, I guess, you know, always keep your eyes on the target kind of thing, right? You know, I guess it's also in the samurai. I don't know if it's meant to be like that, but you know, it's always, you know, keep your eyes on your enemy kind of thing. Don't take your eyes off them. The camera, I don't know if it's also built in because of the photo mode. Side note, this game is made for photo mode. All you need to do is hit R on the D-pad, I mean right on the D-pad or whatever, and then you're in photo mode. You don't have to go into another menu for it. As soon as you find something, and then, you know, you can take your photo. The thing, what was I talking about? I get so sidetracked. Oh yeah, the camera. So when you're in a fight, the only thing I can think of to be nitpicky about this game, to give it any negative feedback, is I don't have a problem with it. I kind of like it because for me it keeps you on your toes. But some people don't like it because you're in a room and you're fighting, and sometimes the room, the wall or any like structure, or if there's like items in front of you, you're not going to see what's going to be happening in your fight. So you have to actually physically move the camera on the right joystick to move it around to see. So you're always constantly in motion, which I still think that goes with the game to keep it fluid, but you're always in constant motion, so you're constantly in fights moving that around. Does make things a little bit more trickier, but personally I like it. It's actually quite funny is the golden bird. So I mentioned the golden bird is, there's like a they talk about it in the game that the golden bird is, they know all the secrets, you know, going around of the land. And so what happens is, if you run into a golden bird, you're meant to like chase it, and wherever it lands will lead you to you know, a mission, an item, a pillar of honor and things like that, or hot springs as well. And the most annoying thing is sometimes this bird can be an asshole. They really can, only because you'll be up on a mountain, or it won't care. This bird will not care if you have to climb down a mountain. This bird will almost kill you plenty of times. Or you're climbing around a mountain and then it wants to dive down, and then you have to follow it somehow. Or if you accidentally go to another quest, the bird disappears. Or if you fight, the bird disappears. Or the bird doesn't care if it wants to fly through a whole bunch of enemies, so you're going to have to make the decision of trying to go around it so they don't chase you. My partner runs into the golden bird like, I don't know why. Every now and then he runs into it and this bird is trying to kill him. It's the funniest thing to watch, especially when it goes through a mountain, or it brings you to a house 3 times because you have no idea why. But you need to complete something. So sometimes it brought me to a house about 3-4 times. So, and that was I really wanted to kill the bird. It turns out there was a mission and there was also items up above, and you won't be able to reach certain things until later in the game when you get a special item. And now you're going to see a snippet of just some of the in-game menu and a little bit in the gameplay. Hey guys, so here is the map. So like I said, this is going to be going over it very quickly. It's a quick snappy review since I haven't finished the game as of yet. So as you can see, let me bring this out. This is the map section. So it's in 3 parts. I'm in the very beginning of the game still, so much to do. But I do love that as soon as you start the game, whatever you discover and complete, you can instantly fast travel there. For example, it's not just major locations that you can go to and things like a big town like the Golden Temple. Other things you can fast travel to is the little areas like fox dens, shrines, different. Where's a shrine? Here we go. A shrine. You can see if I click here, the wind is going to take me straight away over there. Well, direct me, I mean. And look at the graphics. I know I've seen some people complain about like the leaves or anything, but the way that you need to think about this game is it's in layers. So think about it is it's not just amazing graphics. It's a very animated and the world is filled with life. But here's the thing, if I don't know where I'm going, since there is no compass or anything to navigate me, if I swipe up, it actually instantly shows me where I need to go. So basically I want to go to this undiscovered location, and I'm gonna go there right now. So the leaves add an extra layer to the world that is Tsushima, and it also helps in regards to when you need the wind to move. It gives you more of a visual. And look at the lighting. So here's the amazing thing about this game. It's not just the graphics, it's the leaves are moving around, and it's also the lighting that makes this game. Lighting is very important in the game, so it definitely creates the mood, and you can tell it just adds to the game itself and helps the graphics, and it helps the scenery pop out even more. So here we found a fox den, which is... where are you? Oh, there you are. So here's a fox. So different animals in this game as well take you to different things. The golden bird is probably the most annoying one to follow sometimes because he does not care if there are enemies nearby, and if it's hard to traverse there. So if you have to jump over things or climb over things, the golden bird is a bit of an ass. Whereas the fox is a little bit better. It's easier to follow, and you can pet the fox. After this, I will be showing you parts of the menu system, and I'll be showing you some of the gameplay as well. And you can see, you can pet the fox. Even just that little thing of like the logo blowing away as well, it adds to the layer effect of like everything is, what's that word I'm trying to look for? Damn it, I can't think of the word, but it adds, so it reinforces, that's the word I'm looking for. It reinforces the whole wind aspect of the game. From here, you have the wind, so this is your general map area, but you can also do a guiding wind target. So do unlock these, you can get them to track, your resolve, undiscovered banners and things like that, so you'll be able to find them all. Here is kind of like your main, so here is your journal, so basically shows you your main quest and what you have active at the moment, and your progress throughout it for Act 1. So aside from Jin's journey, which is the main things, you have active tales of Tsushima that's happening around I was going to say the world, but happening around the island as well. Here is a mythic tale. So mythic tales is something that you will get from, I forgot his name, but he's the musician.
So you'll be able to grab things off him, and it'll give you like things like a special move, a technique, gear. Whoops, wrong button. Here's the gear. I do like the way that the whole menu is also laid out too. It's nothing that's too overly complex. Like some games have menu systems all over the place, like you have to swipe up, left, right, and it's really weird. Here I'm very happy with the way it's presented. It's very user friendly. So here is your Sakai steel. So you've got your katana and your tanto. Your charms that you can activate as well. So these are things that you can have on you, which it's like defense, and you can do so bonus damage, things like that. Your melee, increase your health, things like that. So currently I have something that will recover health while I'm out of combat, but also if I kill enemies, I restore a little bit of health, and killing them also restores a minor bit of health, so I get double that. And if I break an enemy's defense, I get 15% of resolve back, which resolve is. So resolve is well, let me show. Oh, there. See the little golden circles at the bottom? If I do that, that will that if I hit down on the D-pad, it will actually heal me. So it's kind of like, think of it as how many ability stuff that you can do. So you can also use that for technique. So a technique will cost you 1 ability point. Let's see if we can find some enemies randomly here. So that was the gear for your weapons, so you can unlock more charms. And here's the details of that too. Your outfit, so you've got your outfit, so you can wear different types of headgear. Some of them you find, some of you unlock, and some of them you can buy as well. You've got your masks, so let's just see. I've only got 3 at the moment. And you've got your armor. Other than that, you've got you've got your weapons, and you have your accessories. So different songs that you can play as well. Here is your techniques. I know it looks a little bit daunting at first because there is quite a lot of like skill sets and trees, but you do get used to it. A lot of people have told me on the stream that they're actually a little afraid because there's so much to do or all the buttons, but trust me, you're going to be just fine. In regards to the samurai section of it, so you've got the deflection. So these are part of your parries. You can deflect bows. I've got 3 points. I've been kind of saving them. So here's your evasion. Here's your mythic ones that I told you is like your special ability. So right now I've got Heavenly Strike, and if I hit triangle and circle, it will use up 1 resolve. I also have explosive arrows. So there's 2 more I need to unlock. And you've got exploration. So like I said before, on the map section, this is the part that has the wind. So this one will actually guide you to specific places as well. Here is your stances. So different stances is going to help you out attacking different enemies throughout the world. So the stone stance, which is the best for swordsmen, you can upgrade that, which is fine. You've got your water, which is the best for anyone with a shield, and you have your wind stance, which is the best for people with spears. And the last one is for brutes, so the big guys, the big boys. And you've got your ghost. So the ghost weapons is all the stuff that you're going to be using when you're not, being the honorable samurai. So your ghost weapons include, so your kunai, your black powder bomb, your smoke bomb, and sticky bomb, and wind chimes, which are actually, all of them are very helpful and we use them. I've only needed I only need to unlock 2 more. So your evolving tactics as well. So this is when you can recover your health. Obviously, that's the one I said if you hit down to initiate the health. And you can also have Iron Will, because if you die but you have 2 resolve left, you can actually get back up without having to recomplete the same thing in the game as well. So how many shrines you've done, how many other things you've done. And your options. So there's gameplay, audio, display, and accessibility. The great thing about this game is, so there's 3 modes that you can play this game in Japanese, English, and also Kurosawa mode, which I believe you can play in English, I think, or Japanese. Kurosawa mode is you apply the black and white filter for a more cinematic experience, and I think that's amazing because Kurosawa, I believe, is dedicated to a Japanese director or something like that. I can't remember from the top of my head, but they did that in his honor because he does this kind of like style for the old school Japanese movies. I'm going to see if I can try to find an enemy for you guys as well. Oh, if I want to call my horse, here you go. So the way that I think about this game is it's a mixture of Breath of the Wild, which the game devs have said they took a lot of inspiration from, a little bit of The Witcher, and For Honor in regards to the gameplay as well. What I do love about the game mechanics, let's see if I can show you as well. So if I get off, R2 weirdly is like your action button to be able to do things. So let's just say, for example, let me quickly show you the game, like gameplay without without being in a fight. So everything is pretty much at your fingertips. If I'm doing a normal fight, so I'll bring out my sword. Here are your quick attacks. Triangle is your heavy, so you can do different ones depending on if I press it once or if I hold it. And then you can have different combos, but not only that. The great thing about it is, if I hold down R2, I can switch stances that quickly between whatever enemy I'm trying to do. And as you can see on the bottom left hand side of the corner of the screen is your projectile, so it's all at your fingertips. So once I hit R2, if there are multiple enemies or things like that, I can throw my kunai in their direction, and I can also change from kunai to sticky bombs to smoke bombs, so it's all at your fingertips. If I hit L2 straight away, same thing, so half bow, and I have my longbow, and I can change from the heavy arrows to the explosive arrows. So I do like that. I do like that it's very, you can have it all there. You don't have to change or anything to go into different modes or anything. You can change it on the fly, which does remind me of, oh. So let's just see if I can show you. So the red is things you can't block against. So, okay, sorry. The first thing I show you is me killing a dog, which is probably not the best thing. That's the first time I've come across the dog in the game. So I'm wondering if I can show you any enemies, so I can give you a taste of what it looks like. So that is what I just did there. It's kind of similar to, I guess, Assassin's Creed, the Eagle Eye Vision. Oh, here it is. So, like I said, there is not going to be any... So let's kill this guy first. So when he yells that out, you know he's about to. See, I need to get out of here. So as you can see, if I didn't do anything with that camera, I would... Oh, this is the big guy. Okay, let's kill this guy first. So if I don't move the camera, as you can see, it stays this guy. So I just changed my stats to be able to take care of these shield guys. That was my kunai. Alright, let me... So red is you have to dodge that.
Now we have come to the end of the rapid fire review, and does it get the MIG stamp of approval? Yes. Yes, it does. I don't say a lot about this, about games, but this game is actually worth full price. This game, you are going to, if you love, if you're a completionist, if you love open worlds and being able to see things, if you love photo mode, if you love the samurai genre, if you love doing a lot of side quests and main missions, and just, you know, the story is good too. This game, I do recommend it if you like those type of things, if you like to get Breath of the Wild as well. Highly recommend. So like I said, worth full price? gets my stamp of approval. And this one I'm not even halfway, but yeah, I am having trouble finding fault with this game, so this is going to be a difficult review to be able to write about. So far, gosh, so far I'm giving this like an 8 or 9 already, and I haven't even finished the game, and it's a contender for me for Final Fantasy VII the remake as Game of the Year so far. But yeah, hopefully you liked the rapid fire review. If you liked this, or if you have any other questions, let me know below, and I'll answer your questions, and we can do more of this if you like it. So I will see you in the next video. So yeah, stay safe gamers, and I'll see you then.